Alright there people, this is Brad the Lord back again with another video. This is a transfer video and I want to talk about Newcastle United and the signings that they are making. So in October of last year, Newcastle United were taken over by Saudi Arabian backed business people, which meant that they became the world's richest club. But this January window is no ordinary January window. Well, maybe for Newcastle. At St James's Park, they have made several signings. And I want to compare them to one of their relegation rivals in Burnley. Now, Burnley are probably labelled as the smallest club to ever participate in the Premier League. That's not an insult towards Burnley fans, not an insult intended, by the way. Please don't think otherwise. I like what Burnley do bring to the Premier League. However, in the early months of last year, in 2021, Burnley were taken over by the ALK Capital, which is owned by American Alan Pace. So Newcastle appointed Eddie Howe as their manager in November. Former Bournemouth boss, I think he deserves another shot in the Premier League. I know they got relegated last time he was in charge of Bournemouth, but he did very, very well to keep them up for the years that they were in there. And for me, Newcastle made some strange signings. Bruno Guimaraes, of course, from Lyon. I think that is a suitable signing for Newcastle from what I've heard. But there's players that are in the team that have been signed, and they're very, very controversial in my opinion. They're more like the Burnley type of signings, I have to say. Dan Burn, half of the clue is in the name of the club. I think he does play in an attacking style at Brighton, and it has worked. But he is the sort of guy who Burnley would, I don't know, get on the end of set pieces, make the game a bit rough, physicality and all. And Newcastle, of course, they do need defenders. But the richest club in the world signing Dan Burn. Really, I mean, no disrespect to the guy, I'm sure, he will have qualities. Apparently he's a Newcastle fan, so maybe that might give us an inkling. Matt Targett on loan. I don't know why. If they want Matt Targett, just buy him. I don't think he's a part of Gerrard's plans from what we're seeing. Matt Targett on loan. Sold by Southampton in 2019. Matt Targett on loan. Again, it's another Burnley sort kind of signing. Jesse Lingard on loan. Apparently, Newcastle want to buy Jesse Lingard on loan, or sign him on loan, so to speak. And for me, it's a really, really weird deal. I think, why don't you just buy him? I think because his contract expires in the summer. I think that really, really does help your situation. I think it does sort of help in many ways, because oh crap, sorry. I'll just try and put YouTube on. It's like a preview thing that they've got. So, yeah, for Newcastle, the man that they've got up front for them to get the goals, it's not Erling Haaland, it's not Kylian Mbappe. It's Chris Wood. Burnley's Chris Wood. Chris Wood, who has got a very, very short amount of goals. Don't get me wrong, he's proved that he can score goals, but I just don't think he's the right player for Newcastle up front. Wilson and Wood, the two W's, you know. Yeah, I don't really think that was the smartest move in the world from Newcastle. I just don't think. Chris Wood's more of a long ball player, because Newcastle will be playing attractive Barcelona style football under Eddie Howe, like he did at Bournemouth. So yeah, obviously they've bought him because they want to stay in the Premier League. Burnley, look at Burnley who have signed. They signed Maxwell Cornet, a sensational player who played in the Champions League early on last season against for Lyon against Manchester City, and he scored 2 goals in a home fixture, scored 1 goal away, and he's been banging them in for Burnley. That is a very, very un-Burnley-like signing, you know. And I thought Newcastle would be a club that had signed him if they had the takeover a lot earlier. They've got Weghorst. This is weird because Mark Goldbridge's career modes, when he played against Burnley had Weghorst. So I don't know if they're tempting fate or something. I don't know. And apparently he's got some really good stats. Apparently he's the most hard-working striker in Europe. Apparently scored 3 hat-tricks this season already. That's impressive. He's got a few braces for the club. Not the braces you get in your teeth. But, yeah, incredible. It's phenomenal. The signings Burnley have actually made, and I think you've got to question the two ambitions. I think you've got to think, which club is actually the richest club in the world? Is it Newcastle or is it Burnley? Because Burnley seem to be more ambitious than Newcastle with their signings, in my opinion. Newcastle fans might be saying, "Oh well, I doubt Paulo Dybala will want to be playing, fighting for survival in the Premier League." Well, he'll get well paid. Dybala's just an example, by the way. His first name that came to my head. I thought maybe Moussa Dembele from Lyon, the ex-Celtic striker, would have been a good option. He's a good goal scorer. But no, I think Chris Wood, for me, I wouldn't have picked him. And he is in his late 20s. What are you going to do next season? Because I'm sure you'll be looking to push up for European places next season. Is Chris Wood going to be your man then? What about the next 3 years? You've got to think long term. And, I'm not a business guy. I know nothing about. I'm no good with finance. I'm just shit with money, really. Apologies for my language, but yeah. Please let me know, guys. What do you think of the? Do you think Burnley are more ambitious than Newcastle? Do you think the two teams have made the right signings? Please let me know in the comments below. This has been Brad the Lad. See you in a bit.